So I saw it look like a bean hanging out of an armadillo burrow, and because I'm dumb, I didn't realize what it was, and I was like, what am I seeing right there? I literally just thought it was a bean or like a string of beads somebody had dropped, but as you can hear, it was this guy. Good morning, everybody. We are once again back in the beautiful coastal plain of Georgia doing some early spring snake hiking. I'm out here today with the Williams brothers in search of diamondbacks mostly. There's a whole host of other animals we could find here. We're trying a new spot to start off the day, so hopefully it'll be good. We'll find out. All right, we're finally on a nice looking burn. It's midday, so it's probably basically as warm as it's gonna get. Doesn't feel too hot, feels pretty ideal. There's a bit more breeze than I'd like, but hopefully our first snake of the day is coming soon. Well, I just lost our first snake of the day. It was a rat snake just starting to come out of a stump hole. Like, he just had his head sticking out. I got one cell phone photo and then he dipped. So we found a snake, but we're still mostly skunked. So I'm sitting here taking pictures of this scenic stump hole like an idiot, literally just taking pictures of the stump without even looking down in it. And I realized there's a corn snake sitting right there, and I missed the in situ because I was too busy taking really bad photos of the stump hole. But hey, look at that. We got both Pantherophis already today. That thing is gorgeous. God, that thing is pretty. Jim and Richard are on their way over to see it. Awesome. All right, well, first snake we've gotten a good look at today, a nice corn snake. We actually found both of the Pantherophis species in this area right next to each other, about 5 minutes apart. The rat snake just got away. But I'm just gonna let this guy go back down his stump hole at this point. We got some photos, some video. This was Jim's first snake of the year. What a satisfying sight. All right, now we're not skunked. The pressure's off a little bit. We just gotta focus on turning a good day into a great day. And we got plenty of time for it. Well, this is simultaneously cool, but also sucks to see. That is a gopher tortoise skull. Look at that. Very cool. No idea what killed it, but right outside of this burrow. I just flipped that under a log. Holy crap. Well, that was ridiculous. What a way to find our first Scarlet King of the year. I flipped so many logs just like this over the years and have never gotten one under one like that. And it's just this way. I mean, look at that animal against this burnt earth. Incredible. You think those guys saw me photographing him on the ground and thought I was dead? That is really about as good as you can ask for. A corn, a rat, and just a bonkers beautiful Scarlet King. Well, hopefully there are plenty more of these coming this year, but that's a pretty good way to start. Here's your log. We have pretty much been rolling in the dust. Go on. Oh, it's so cool. Well, Jim wanted to see a diamondback, so we brought him to meet one of our friends. Me and Richard found this guy earlier this month for the first time, and here he is again. One of the biggest rattlesnakes I've ever seen. Well, I was hoping we'd be able to leave this guy undisturbed this time, but he recognized us pretty quickly and sprung up. But this is what Jim wanted to see the most today, so I figured we'd come check up on him, and luckily he's still here and hanging out. Still gigantic, still beautiful. Since we've already seen this guy, we're not going to bother him anymore. We'll just get some quick pics and leave him alone. But beautiful Eastern Diamondback, one of the biggest I've ever seen. The second encounter with the snake, the first time we saw it was about a month ago. All right, guys, well, we ended our day with a little bit of unsuccessful 10 flipping, but I can't really complain. It was fantastic. Not too many snakes, but every single snake we saw was solid. And any day with a gorgeous Scarlet King, particularly the first one of the year, is exciting. So it's been a great day with the Williams brothers, but we're going to wrap up here. We might get out again tomorrow, depending on what they want to do, so we shall see. Either way, I'm going to be at it somewhere tomorrow, and I will see you guys then. Yeah, it's going to be one of these days. That's okay. We came prepared. This is the good stuff. All right, guys. Well, yesterday was pretty fantastic. Honestly, it does not get much better than that, but I'm out here again today, hoping that it might. This is one of my favorite patches of woods in the whole state of Georgia, and it has been burnt. So I'm really excited to walk out here today, maybe as excited as I've been all year long. and I cannot wait to see what we turn up. So let's get into it. So for those of you who might be confused why the woods are burned, if you live in an area that doesn't do this, or where it's not natural for this to happen, the southeastern U.S. is largely a mixture of ecosystems that would have historically had a lot of fire on the ground without human intervention to prevent fire. And as a result, a lot of the plants and animals in these ecosystems are evolved to live alongside fire. And so in the modern age, the duty of making sure these landscapes get the fire that they need to thrive and maintain their diversity falls on the local wildlife management agencies, forestry departments, and land managers. So a lot of the cooler snakes that we would want to see in this habitat, and really all snakes in general, will do this thing called cryptic basking, where they will sit completely concealed under a tuft of grass like this, or a bush like this. And after a burn, all that stuff that would otherwise conceal them is largely not there. So snakes are much easier to see in habitat, especially ones that would otherwise prefer to be buried in leaf litter and mostly concealed. I'm trying to find the words to describe to y'all how good it smells right here, right now. Burning stump, gopher tortoise burrow. We just need a snake. There's a diamondback in there. He's way back in there though. That's a really terrible look, but you'll have to take my word that there's a diamondback back there. We'll come back and check on him later. With how warm it is out here, I'm definitely a little surprised that guy's still in his hole. Hopefully that is not a bad indication of how the rest of our day is gonna go. Holy. Well, that was pretty crazy. The burning stump right beside where that diamondback is fell over like, I mean, had I been standing in the wrong spot, that could have landed on me and I would never have seen it coming. Kind of crazy. So yeah, when things are on fire, you definitely have to be a little more careful walking around, if that needed to be said. Here's a weird little natural history thing. I saw this hole and came over here and I noticed it's actually where an armadillo has dug out a yellow jacket nest and eaten it, or eaten the honey. Look at that. Diamondback food. There we go. Hey, buddy. He was right in the entrance. Beautiful. Jesus, that's a beefy snake. It's not super long, but it's very, very healthy. Borderline fat. I really don't know why these things are sitting inside the burrows right now when it's as nice as it is out, but at least this one was right at the mouth. Hey, buddy. Had to come get a sniff. That was cool. There he goes. Back to the burrow. It is actually hot out here. I'm so sweaty. I cannot believe this thing is just sitting in the mouth of the burrow like that. Ridiculous. I just realized exactly why this snake was sitting so close to the mouth of the burrow, and it's because this burrow doesn't even go anywhere. It's either an old burrow or not a tortoise burrow at all, and just a hole that some animal dug out. There's literally nowhere for him to go in there. It's pretty crazy. First time I've seen that. I really can't help but wonder if that snake was driven from one of these other burrows and it was maybe basking when the fire actually happened the other day. And that's why it ended up in that shallow burrow, because that would not be a good place to be when it's getting down to the 20s at night, when there's all these other burrows. I know there's a... Whoa. That's a weird cactus. Look at that. I was about to say, I know there's a bunch of snakes here that aren't diamondbacks, but I don't know why we can't find them. I mean, hardly ever do we find a snake here that's not a diamondback. I want to be so weirded out by having not seen anything out basking yet. If yesterday hadn't been so good. I mean, we had 3 snakes basking and then the Scarlet King under a log. I've probably flipped 50 logs just like that today. And I've got my GoPro on, of course, so none of them had anything. All right, everyone, it's very suddenly 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which is pretty crazy. I feel like I've just gotten here. And I feel like we still haven't really seen much, even though we've seen 2 diamondbacks. It just kind of feels that way because they were both in a hole. I'm almost done walking this whole burn, though. It's possible more stuff has come out since we've started. But I think after this, we'll probably move on and try a different spot and see how that treats us. All right, well, I just checked up for the last time on our first diamondback of the day. Still not out. Definitely looks like he is not planning on moving today, which tells me that there's probably something wrong with the weather today. I don't know what it is, but if the diamondbacks aren't vibing with it, I'm not going to be surprised if nothing else is. But still got another maybe 2 hours of good light, so I'm going to keep at it a little bit longer. We'll see if things turn around. Oh, it's real purple grass hours out here. Look at that stuff. Can't find any snakes, so I might as well look at the purple grass. Never mind, I found another burn. We're gonna walk this one probably for the rest of the day. Hopefully it'll be better than the last. Not that the other burn was bad, it just felt a little lackluster because we didn't find anything actually out. So I saw it look like a bean hanging out of an armadillo burrow, and because I'm dumb, I didn't realize what it was, and I was like, what am I seeing right there? I literally just thought it was a bean or like a string of beads somebody had dropped, but as you can hear, it was this guy. I don't know why I didn't realize what I was looking at, but I didn't. We finally have a diamondback that's active on the surface, and it's a grump. Holy cow, so yellow. But yeah, that's diamondback number 3 for the day. Pretty ridiculous. All right, dude, I'll leave you alone. He is dead set on getting back to his hole, which, whoa, hello, is behind me. Jesus, dude. Much appreciated if you wouldn't try to kill me while I try to let you go. That thing is so yellow, though. You gonna get mad at my backpack? I promise that's just my backpack, dude. I know it's stinky. I'm over here. There's no need to bite my bag. Please don't do that. Go back to your hole, not under my bag. Your hole's over there. All right, guys. Well, on that note, I think I'm probably going to wrap today up. The light's getting low, and I am exhausted. It's been a long day. I've covered a lot of ground out here by myself. It's been a blast, but definitely felt a little frustrating at times, especially since we never did get a good in-situ diamondback. All of them were either completely in a hole or most of the way in a hole. I think tomorrow, Caitlin and I are going to head south for a couple of days, so I'm probably going to wrap this episode up here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time, where peak spring is upon us here in Georgia. I can't wait. A gray rat. That's nice and unexpected. Wow. I thought we were gonna get skunked. Well, there you have it. First yard snake of the year is not a ringneck, but a rat snake. Very nice. Yard herping has begun. It's not the king snake I was hoping for, but it's better than the ringneck / brown snake that I was mostly expecting. And honestly, rat snakes are not very common here. I see a couple each year for sure, but not nearly. I would honestly say king snakes are probably more common on average. But I put this stack next to this big dead tree hoping to get a corn snake, because we are right next to where I found the corn snake crossing the driveway that one time. I think there's a chance this is the first time ever that our first yard snake of the year has been a rat snake. Kind of interesting. Honestly, this guy's kind of weird looking for here. He's not quite as gray. He's almost more brownish looking, and it might be because he's a little mud stained, but definitely kind of odd. Either way, we'll let you go back in your stack. I'm trying to avoid getting mussed by this dude. Make sure his pine straw settles back. There you go, dude. Parting rattle.